Knightly Musers, followers of the pod, faithful few and hopeful many. This is Anchor by Spotify. If you haven't heard about it, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's the very platform that allows me to give you what I give you on the nightly. So let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And it gives you the ability to distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally FREE free. So here's where you come in. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That is ANCHOR.fm to get started. Thank you very much. Peace. Welcome back to the Knightly Muse podcast with your host, Tinayeshe. That's me. Shout out Low Fly on the road again. I left off last episode saying towards the end, you were beautiful before you lost the weight. You were handsome before you got the abs and the arms and whatever working out incessantly dictated or gave you. And I started talking about music. Though I changed some of the lyrics, the point of it all, and I think the reason why my heart's been there, is because I think for the longest, being bullied, you like I said, you develop this desire to find affirmation in those around you. And I think that primarily comes from the fact that you have lost confidence in yourself. You've been made to feel like the foundation of who you thought you were is no longer there. And yeah, the answer is you are who God sees you as, or see yourself as God sees you, but I can't see God the way that I see my classmates who are telling me how they see me. And as a 7-8-year-old, that can be hard to do. I remember my mom trying to encourage me when I told her that I hated my school, and I was darn near crying in the car, asking her why I have to be at a place where I'm bullied every day, or bullied enough to where I feel like it's not worth being there anymore. And that wasn't a fun experience. And when I write, "You're fearfully and wonderfully made" in my songs, it's because I think at the end of the day, is there truth in, yeah, more people might find you attractive? Absolutely. Like, I get it. I understand the world that we live in. But at the same time, like, I have to keep myself from getting too passionate about this because I'm not trying to curse on this This is, I would consider it a family show. It is living for other people's validation is maybe the worst way to live. God made me, God made you, if that is what you believe in. And he doesn't say, you know, if he lost the weight, maybe I'd like him a little more. If he lost the weight, maybe he'd be a little more attractive. If he lost the weight, then I'd say, this is my creation and it's good. He looks and he says, this is my creation, this is my child who I love. And like I said before, I had to get to a place where I felt that way about myself, because I couldn't wait for other people to feel that way about me. And I think, yeah, that is a special, like, obstacle of sorts that I had to get over, because I've been single for a long time and I've faced a lot of rejection over the years. But similarly to my workout journey, that would have been utter crap for me to start this journey to get some random chick to be into me, to get to the point where I lose the weight that I'm trying to lose, all for me to get to the finish line and be like, all right, ladies, here I am. Now will you finally give me a chance? Like, F that. Absolutely not. This is for me. This is for the longevity that I want to have in my own life. Yes, to one day be a husband. Yes, to one day be a father. But it's because I want to live to see my grandchildren. And hell, if I'm lucky, I want to live to see my great-grandchildren. Like, I could give a crap about some person looking at me and saying, oh, now Kennedy's attractive, or noticing me for the first time because I lost some pounds. Like, I don't want that to be my end goal, because I'm the one who has to look myself in the mirror. I'm the one who has to deal with weight capacities and knowing whether or not I can get on a roller coaster if the thing closes a certain way, because I might not fit on it, or not being able to ride a zip line because the weight limit is whatever, or going hiking and having to, like, analyze every step that I make and every step that I take, because I don't want to get hurt, because it would be a pain in the behind to have to walk down this, limp down this, whatever, down this hill or up this hill to get back, because I'd be in that much pain, and on top of that, with the weight that I carry, even more pain. Like, I don't want to deal with that, but that's the cross that I had to bear with the weight that I've gained. And that has nothing to do with anybody else. And so, I'll be danged if I have to, like, no, like, this isn't about anybody else. And I couldn't have it be about anybody else. And it does really suck I don't know. I've always had this opinion that there is, like, yeah, I guess there's objective beauty in the world. Like, We have a standard of what we deem beautiful as a society. There's like intrinsic beauty, like your personality, things that you have in your nature, in your character, that make you more appealing to people. But then there's just like the pure fact that God took his time on each and every single one of us. And sees value in every single one of us. And it's a shame that we do that to each other. And it does suck that, like, I don't know. Coming out of last episode, part of my mental state was realizing that I had to feel I had to be able to look in the mirror and like who I saw. Because if I didn't, I'd have to still deal with the fact that, like, I'd still be carrying that even if I lost the weight. That there was a version of myself that I hated so much. And instead, now I can say, hey, I'm losing the weight for you. I'm losing the weight for my future. I'm working out to attain a better life for myself because I know that that's what I need out of care for myself. Like, this is what I need. And man, like, if I were to build that life on maybe a girl will like me this time, like, what a foundation to build on to get completely, like, swept from underneath me if the first girl I try to ask out is like, just not interested. You know, I've also thought, like, yeah, what if I was white? What if I was this? What if I was that? Like, it's not that simple. And it's just not healthy to go about life with those questions. And so this kind of plays into the same thing with my struggle with pornography. Like, I understand that there are complications and differences in terms of how people perceive that struggle. And I've seen plenty of videos, plenty of testimonials where one of the things that a guy will say is that their wife is like, yeah, this is it might as well be the same as cheating on me. And I see that, and I get that, and that's real. But it's also like, I had a conversation with one of my boys where I said, like, nah, dude, like, my abstinence, my journey towards freedom, my journey, my fight, my fleeing from temptation, and actively inconveniencing my life in certain ways to keep myself from messing up, that whole fight, that is about me and my relationship with God. Yes, one day if I were to continue to struggle as bad as I do, like, it might be said that that what I'm doing is just as good as cheating, or just as bad, rather. It may be said that I am doing damage to my future family or wasting my seed or whatever you want to say, like, all of those things may be true. But at the end of the day, the person that I believe created everything, spoke everything into being, has all power, is completely righteous and holy, says that it shouldn't be so. And that should be my primary reason to fight for freedom. This person that I've devoted my entire life to, that I've built pretty much my career on at this point, like, he says, this isn't the way that I want your life to be. That should be my reason to pursue freedom for me and him. And again, like, the second I make it about somebody else, that person becomes the idol. That person becomes my God. And I can't do that.
Knightly Musers, shout out Low Fly. We'll be back.